Сейчас мы навестим этого Джейкоба, или как его там. Адрес у нас есть, имя тоже. Машина разбита, и на разбитой машине мы поедем. Так, парни. Стоп. Там вот что-то у нас есть. Так, это походу женщина. Она что-то знает, раз нам показывают ее. Давайте поговорим.
LAPD. Are you acquainted with Celine Henry, Miss?
Horgan. Jennifer Horgan. I've known Celine for more than 10 years. Our children grew up together. What's going on, officer?
Did you see Mrs. Henry go out last night?
Well, I'm no busybody, you understand, but Celine had been drinking. And she and poor, long-suffering Jacob had a terrible row. I think Jacob may have given her a black eye. He stormed out and she went back inside.
Did he come back?
No. Celine was listening to music and shouting until she left around 10 p.m. She was very drunk to have been driving. But she is not the sort of person you can stop from doing something when her dander is up. What is this about, officer? Is Celine all right?
I'm afraid Mrs. Henry has been murdered, ma'am.
Murdered? Oh, my God. I'm afraid I need to go and sit down.
Let's see what Jacob has to say for himself.
I don't think Jacob is our man, but we should see what he has to say.
Так, ладно, поехали к этому Джейкобу. У нас даже машинка отремонтировалась, нормально. Да? Да нет. Туда нам.
Jacob Henry had a violent argument with his wife last night. He's looking more and more likely.
For my money, the broad keeps the house looking like that, so it's probably deserved.
Так, нам еще суд...
Skipper says bring him in. Keep the hats up our backs.
Fine by me.
So it ain't the werewolf killer after all. Good to see you come to your senses.
I always said work the evidence. I only stipulated a connection to the BD killer as an avenue of investigation we should leave open. And as far as I'm concerned, it still is.
Cole, come on!
Мы почти подъехали. Немножко объехать. Хотя ладно. Вот так проедем. Проедем так. Дом.
Okay, fellas, go in hard. Follow my lead.
Пошли проверим, что он знает. У нас даже ствол в руках. Походу что-то серьезное.
You Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics
Oh, my
for
God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
What the hell are you talking about? You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry.
she's-
We're gonna have a look around, then we'll talk.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
Так, давайте поговорим с ним. Тут даже стульчик есть. Так.
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
Походу он не врет.
We know that she drinks, Jacob. Drunks have regular haunts, places they feel relaxed.
Celine did most of her drinking at home. She didn't have many friends left. Not many alcoholics do. Not real friends, anyway.
Так, последний контакт с жертвой.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
Ну да, ссора была. Там все разбросано. Вроде... Парень. Я сомневаюсь, что это все.
And how are we meant to believe that, Jacob? It isn't looking good for you.
That nosy bitch from next door, Janie Horgan. She'll tell you I left. And what time.
Так, мотив убийства.
Why did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
Глазки-то бегают.
You
Сомнения.
went to her house, you fought, you beat her, she left, and then you followed her.
I left first. She tried to batter me with a frying pan. I had to slap her down.
Understandable.
Да, все вопросы неправильные, но хоть что-то мы узнаем.
So you can prove that you came back here after you left your wife's place.
I came back here. I was here all night. Start work at 6:30. I'm not the going out type.
Не знаю, что нажать. Ой, не то, не то. Ладно, что ж, попробуем поверить ему.
Did a neighbor see you? Did you talk to anyone? You need an alibi, Jacob.
I don't have one. I was here. I listened to Amos and Andy on the radio, and then I went to bed.
We're still going to need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're gonna tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
Ух ты ж, блин.
You're
Забыл,
not
что надо
being rational.
кнопочку нажимать.
What's this bunker?
Ты ж, блин, опасный парень.
Call it in and get a squad car dispatched. And check for messages. I'll keep old Slugger here company.
Так, давайте позвоним. Телефон, вот телефон.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective. You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Yes, ma'am.
Carruthers,
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument. Closest match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blunt.
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage average in shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Thanks, Doctor. Operator, give me R&I. Any word on an owner for that vehicle? License was 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. The plate belongs to a brown 1936 Pontiac. Registered owner is one Alonzo Mendez of 402 South Fremont Street, apartment 16.
Thanks. Any other messages?
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
Так, у нас есть новый адрес. Поехали по этому новому адресу.
Alonzo Mendez. Sound like a man who moonlights as the werewolf?
Don't sound like a man I'd let my daughter in.
You've got a daughter.
Spend enough time drinking, Cole, you'll find yourself with any number of things you don't want.
So that's why you never sober up.
Exactly.
Brother said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies, Galloway.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They know exactly what they're going to get.
The containers go up with spectacular results as water and sodium meet.
Недалеко живет парень. Сейчас узнаем, где живет. 16.
Mendez, apartment 16.
Все. Давайте позвоним. Квартира 16. Этаж вроде второй, если я не ошибаюсь. Или 4-й. Поднимаемся, значит, на самый-самый верх. И ищем квартиру 16.
Don't bother knocking, just
А
kick
вот и
the door
квартира
in.
16.
Take a look around and see what you can
Просто
find.
выбили дверь. Так. Так, нет, что? Так, наверняка он дома. Ладно, осмотрим квартиру. А вот и ствол у нас.
This isn't what we're looking for.
Да, опасный, опасный тип. А вот и труба,
Consistent with Celine's
которой,
injuries. The
возможно,
blood
было
typed.
сделано убийство. Так сказать.
We have the murder weapon. We better get Pinker down here.
Why keep it? Why not throw it away?
Think these clowns are geniuses? Thank your stars you caught a break. Captain Donald will begin to like you.
Hey, what gives? LAPD, you're under arrest.
Do not lose that son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
Mendez, stop right there!
Куда он убежал-то? Перелезай. Давай, давай. Ну,
You don't need to do this, Alonzo!
за ним, за ним, за ним, за ним. Давай, 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 догоняй.
Get in and drive.
дороги. Ой-ой-ой-ой. Не-не-не-не-не-не, не уедешь. Далеко не уедешь. Я тебя...
I got an idea.
Дага.
Get him next to my window, Cole. Keep me alongside his vehicle, and I'll stop the son of a
Давай,
bitch.
давай, давай, давай. Родимая.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer.
Ай. Давай. Немножко колесо вроде отлетело.
You're under arrest for the murder of Celine
Не
Henry.
отлетело. Не показалось. Или с другой стороны колесо отлетело. Не суть важно. Мы поймали убийцу.
I ain't saying a goddamn thing.
You did a grand job, lads. Phelps, that's quite a way to acquit yourself in your first outing as a homicide investigator. It seems the city has a new and vengeful guardian. Considering the evidence against your suspect, and the thoroughness with which a report was compiled, I foresee a safe passage through the courts, and the DA agrees with me. Brutality on a scale such as this deserves retribution. The people and the press of this city demand it.
Пьют на работе, а ему не дали. Жестоко, за жестоко. Ну что ж, мы раскрыли дело. Нанесли урон автомобилям почти $5000, пешеходам $50, городу $674. Что ж, отлично. Примечание. Подозреваемый на том свете, и не важно, что вы отправили Джейкоба в тюрягу. Ну что ж, всем спасибо за просмотр. Ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь